And I'm at IMTS 2014 here with Lee Coleman, Sales Manager for Suhner North America, and Chris Jermann, who is the General Manager of Suhner Switzerland. Thank you.
Yes, we're glad to be here. This is exciting.
Chris?
Nice to be here, thank you.
Excellent. So what we'd like to know is, what are your expectations for IMTS this year, and how have the crowds been?
Well, we were in a better booth location this year than 2 years ago, so we're actually excited about the crowds. They really were strong yesterday and today, so we have high expectations for the show, and we expect a good turnout.
That's great. Chris?
After some good experience we made last year with the Corvette cars, now we have a very attractive equipment here.
Excellent. And what can you tell me about some of the new products and machinery that you're showing here in your booth?
Well, behind me here we have an overview of all of our main products, and the one we're particularly proud of that is probably our newest product is our BEM12 here with the RegalFix Recool option. So introduced at the end of last year, this allows coolant through the spindle on quill-fed spindles. So we partner with RegalFix, we're the official partner for RegalFix here in the U.S., and this allows coolant to be externally given to the collet and then goes through the tool. So this is a good option for normally what was used not to be available. This is how the recool option works. The coolant is introduced externally through the spindle. It goes down the flexible hose into the RegalFix coolant collet nut. Therefore, your spindle can turn. Your collet nut stays stationary. The coolant is introduced internally around the nut and then out through your tool.
Okay, yeah, and how is that different? Tell me a little bit about how it was done traditionally that makes this way better.
Well, traditionally, the only way you could get coolant in a quill-fed unit, you had to do flood coolant. So that meant a lot of coolant, a lot of pressure, a lot of splash, a lot of mess. And then also you couldn't guarantee that the coolant was directed directly at your part. So traditionally, you had to go with a block spindle or through the tool, through the spindle coolant. So with this option, this allows you to get the advantages of through the tool coolant, but in a quill-fed unit.
Perfect. So it sounds like it's saving customers who use this. It saves them money. It saves them money on coolant.
With it, you bring the coolant directly to the spot where the heat is, on the tip of the drill. That means the life of the tool is longer, and especially you can remove more material in the same time to increase productivity at about 20%.
Great, that's great.
This is great for our customers.
Perfect. And can you tell me a little bit about some of the other innovations that are happening with your products here?
Well, one thing we're particularly proud of is one of the things that our other competitors do not do, and we're excited about, is this year we're celebrating our 100-year anniversary for the Suhner group of companies. And back in 1914, Mr. Otto Suhner started the company using flexible drive cables. That was why he started the company. So still today, using these cables, we remote drive our unit. So therefore, you can remote mount our drilling unit away from harsh environments, away from coolant. Coolant and electrical doesn't mix, obviously. So with heat or like I said, hazardous environments, it's a great way to get close center distances on spindles, or it's easier, lighter to mount at difficult angles.
So it sounds like you can get more of them closer together. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. On like other products we have displayed here, shows that very, very example.
Great. And how does that benefit your customers?
Well, it allows for easier positioning on large, what we call bulky parts. So it allows multiple spindles to be in close proximity to get the many holes needed in part production. This unit here is a single drive motor where we connect our flex shaft. Flex shaft runs up through and over to our quill-fed drilling unit. So therefore, it's still pneumatically fed, pneumatically advanced, but it's still electrically driven through our flex shaft. So you get the advantages of electrical motor with remote option mounting.
That's great. Christian, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, with our spindles, it doesn't matter how large the products you have to manufacture are. It doesn't matter how large, it doesn't matter how many operations, we do them all simultaneously. So we have examples where we drill up to 40 or 50 holes and takes us 3 or 4 seconds.
So what we talked about before was our single drive option for our flexible shaft drive cable. This here is what we call our multi-master, is our multi-drive option. So you have one center pulley here, the orange pulley, driving 8 outer pulleys. So therefore we have our eight drive shaft cables coming up from our drive system going into our BEWI units. Therefore you can get, as Christian said before, you can get a bulky part with all the holes drilled at once.
And tell me a little bit about some of Suhner's technologies and where you're headed for the future.
Okay, for the future we are following 2 directions. One is, at the moment we have all those stationary units and we are heading for more mobile units. And there we go for aviation. And the second one is, since we have the abrasive experts and the automation experts in one company, we combine their knowledges. So we take automation, abrasive power tools, handheld tools, and we convert them for robot use. So robot is the future, and like this you can work them fully automatic, manless.
That's great. That sounds interesting. Let's go take a look. Can we take a look? So here we are over at the abrasive expert side of the booth. And Chris, what can you tell me about these tools?
Well, these abrasive power tools are all for manual operation. They are used in many locations, very special applications, like for a tube or to grind in narrow spaces. And now we took them all and converted them in a way that they can be used on a robot. That means manless, around the clock, repeatable work, and all with the same quality of the abrasive experts explaining how the best work can be done, combined with the knowledge we have in automation.
Perfect, thank you. I'm here at IMTS with Lee Coleman and Chris Jermann from Suhner. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.